Density can be taught at a number of different levels at the elementary level, depending on the age of the students. For example, in the junior grades, it can be purely descriptive, showing the relative densities of different materials as part of the properties of matter, for example. In the upper grades, it can be more in-depth and can also involve some mathematics. In fact, this is a great unit to integrate math concepts also with some of the science concepts. Some very basic tools are required. Just a ruler can be used for determining the dimensions of some regular objects, and using that you can then also calculate the volumes, especially for the regular objects. A caliper, a fairly inexpensive caliper, can be used for determining the diameter of a sphere or the diameter of a dowel, for example. You also need a way to measure volume, and of course you'll have some graduate cylinders available for that. And you need a balance to determine the mass of objects. A digital balance is very handy because you can just set the object on there and you can tear it so that the reading then is 0, and all you need to do is add the liquid and determine the mass. The nearest tenth of a gram is adequate for elementary schools. The term density is often confused with the term heavy. So something that is dense is often considered to be heavy. Obviously not quite correct, and through some of the activities in this unit, you'll be able to see the difference. Density is really a physical property of a substance, and it's determined by determining both the mass and the volume. Density is calculated using the formula density equals mass over volume. And so really what we're measuring is the amount of matter per unit volume. And so once we can calculate the mass using a balance and the volume using some of the different methods that the following demonstrations will illustrate, we can then calculate the density. The units of density are then units of mass per unit of volume. The unit of volume that we commonly use is either the cubic centimeter or the milliliter. 1 cubic centimeter and 1 milliliter really represent the same volume. We tend to use the cubic centimeter for solids and the milliliter for liquids, but the volume is the same.